capability. I'd be like, I walk into my kids' room, I'm like,
Yeah.
this is not going down like this. And now I'm like, oh, that's what she meant.
What's up? Hey, Mom. What's up? Hey, Mom. What's up? Hey, Mom. What's up? Hey, Mom. What's up?
Welcome back to Moms Actually, where moms go to find themselves. My name is Morgan.
And I am Blair, and we have our lovely guest.
I'm Lizzy.
Yes. Can you tell the people who you are? Like, brag on yourself a bit?
Sure. I'm Lizzy Mathis. I am a host. I have a podcast called The Cool Mom Code Podcast. I have a website called thecoolmom.co. I have a TV show, Honest Renovations. I'm an executive producer, co-creator. So, I got a couple things
Come
going
on,
on.
run down the list. We love to see it. Well, welcome back to our show. We are so excited to have Lizzy. And just take a minute, first of all, before we get into the conversation, to subscribe. Please, we'll wait. Okay, great. All right, so let's get started with
Our little game. It's Giving Motherhood. If you've watched before, you know it's about to happen, but we're going to introduce it to you really quick. So we have a little icebreaker so you can get to know us a little bit more and we can get to know you.
This is
what the paddles are for.
Okay.
The gold means yes, or it's the first answer.
Okay.
The white side means no, or the second answer option that we give you.
Okay.
Okay, so
Wait a minute,
you
are
ready?
we all answering these
We
questions?
are all answering it.
We're
I'm
all
not just gonna put you on the
together.
spot. No, we're just going to sit here and judge
We're
your
gonna be like,
answers.
I want to make sure we're in a collective. Okay. I'm good. Whatever y'all do, I'm going to follow the lead. Okay, go ahead.
So the first question is, would you rather 5 months of maternity leave or a postpartum doula? So
I'm going for the doula.
you're going for the
I'm
doula?
all day.
What do you want?
I mean, I work from home for myself, so I guess the doula.
She's like,
Okay, so, but wait.
Yeah.
How long can the doula stay?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yes.
How long is the doula there for? I
I
mean,
say, can I do 3 months?
wow.
3 months?
Yes, you can.
And
if
can I
you
do
want
3
to,
months?
sure.
Is that too?
How long
is
would
that
you
too
have the
long?
doula there?
I would do if I don't know. See, I don't know because
I never
don't
did
really
it
like
before.
people in my space like
Yeah,
that.
you're right.
I don't mind the doula there for the process of labor and like having the
Yeah,
baby,
that
and
was
then maybe
amazing.
like come check in on me like a couple days after. But then I'm good after that.
I think it depends on what the doula's doing, and you can give them like different tasks.
Right.
Like, I thought I wouldn't want my mom at the house after I had my kid, but then I'm like, no, come, because she was doing laundry and cooking.
Yes.
I'm like, I don't need help with this part, but you can go do all the
Yeah.
like secret elf stuff around the house.
Just
Right.
switch the tasks.
Yeah.
So like
Exactly.
month 1, these are your responsibilities. Month 2, this is what I need you
But
to
is
do.
that still a doula?
Yeah.
No,
They,
but a
they
housekeeper.
they'll do the baby laundry and stuff.
They
Like,
do?
they'll do stuff for
What
the
about
kids.
your
They'll feed you.
laundry? I want someone to take care of me.
I mean, that's when your mom
That's-
comes.
Yeah, exactly.
But there
your
are
mom.
people,
That's when
there
your family,
are
your
doulas that
aunties.
take care of the mommies.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I like. I think I like the doulas that take care of me
Yeah.
because, the whole theory if you have babies, it's like, I want to take care of the baby, I want to nurture the
Yeah.
baby, but who's taking care of
Yeah.
me?
Exactly.
Because after you have the
Right.
baby, no one thinks about you.
No
No.
one. Not
Not-
They're
one.
not
also,
a-
I
not
think
a
that's
soul.
half the reason I got pregnant the second time. I was like, people are so nice to me. I miss it.
Okay, do you see yourself turning into your mom in certain areas as you raise your kids, whether it be discipline, strict schedule, routine, encouragement? Do you see yourself turning into your mom?
Are you your mama?
Yes.
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 I catch myself saying certain things. I'm like, oh my gosh, I sound just like Crystal.
For real?
Yes.
I was like, who's Crystal?
Yeah,
My
I was
mom.
like, oh, okay, yeah.
I mean,
Get it,
Yes.
Crystal. Yes.
Hey, Ma.
I think it's natural.
Yeah.
I think it's natural.
You realize you understand your parents a lot more after
Oh,
you have
yeah.
Oh my God, I remember calling my mama and being like, Mama,
Yeah.
how
so
you
sorry.
do this?
Yes.
Like, how? Tell me
Yes.
how.
I saw
Break
the
it
thing
down.
on Instagram where they said, I finally get why I was so upset, why my parents were so upset with me when I didn't take the chicken out the freezer.
Oh,
or something
absolutely.
like that. I'm like, I
gosh.
get it. I didn't
I
think it
get
was a
it.
big
Yeah.
deal back then,
We
but now
were-
I'm like,
My room was a mess, and now I understand the full
Yes.
capability. I'd be like, I walk into my kids' room, I'm like,
Yes.
this is not going down like this. And now I'm like, oh, that's what she meant.
That's what she
Okay.
meant.
Got it.
You know, I get it.
okay, ooh,
Oh.
would you rather have
Oh,
lunch
mm.
with Oprah or have $1 million magically appear in your bank account?
Which one was the second one?
The $1 million
I
appearing.
love Oprah. And, I love Oprah.
too.
But I could do I could do more. I feel like I could still.
I feel
meet
like I
Oprah.
could pay for Oprah's time once I got
Right.
$1 million in my
No,
account.
you can't do that. That's not going.
Oh, it don't count?
No.
She said,
Oprah,
no,
Oprah don't
I have
do
to
that.
choose?
No,
She's not gonna let
Here's
you
the
pay
thing.
for her time?
Oprah
Here's
not
what
gonna
I would
pay for
say.
her time.
I would take the 1 million, invest it to get, like
There
get
you
the
go.
book, do the thing that's beautiful.
So you can make Oprah's book club.
So that Oprah now is like, girl, I
cares
want to
about
have
you
one
now.
too. Boom.
Do the $1 million, increase the bag to get where you need to be.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would get the $1 million because I'd probably talk about the dumbest stuff. I'd be like, hey,
I don't
girl.
know what to do.
Hey.
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
Hey,
I love your journey.
Yeah, good. Like, you're dope.
You're so dope.
And I come
really
out
inspiring.
Yeah, I come out exactly the same. I'm like,
No, ma'am.
Exactly. She's like, and that was a great one.
Yeah.
That was
Moving
so
on.
good.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Is if your daughter asked for a tattoo or nose piercing at 16, are you taking her?
I would do, I'm not big on her getting tattoos, but I would do a nose piercing.
Okay.
yeah, I'd say no to the tattoo and gold to the
Nose
piercing because I got a tattoo illegally at 16 and I wasn't the same person at 20 as I was at 16. I wasn't the same person as 25.
That's right.
So now I have like this big thing on my arm that's like my tattoo removal because of something I did at 16. Like put it in a frame, love it for 10 years and then put it on your body if you really need it there.
Yeah. But now you have the experience to tell
Yeah.
that story.
Oh, yes.
That's the
True.
beauty in it.
I had to go through it.
Yes.
But you know, well, they make them tiny now. I was gonna say
Yeah.
people be getting marks on their noses, so you
Yeah,
know,
that's
from their
But they're so
tattoo.
tiny. I mean, you have a tiny little one, and it's
I
cute.
do,
And
I
I
do.
think also why I said nose piercing because I kind of want one even now.
Oh.
So y'all would do it
In my
together.
age,
You
I'm
can
like,
get
girl,
it.
let's go get it done together.
Yes. And you have the nose for it.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yes.
well, I don't know. But
You
we'll
do.
see.
No,
I
you
mean,
do.
You do.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. I'll
Yes.
take it. I'll take it all day.
Wait, did you answer?
No, I would not.
Neither of them?
No,
Why?
not at 16. I think because 16, we just think we know what we want, and
yeah,
we
we
don't.
don't.
And so I would like, even though it'd be cool to say, yeah, me and my daughter went together.
But then you end
That's
up with
not
like the
cool.
16-year-old
Yeah.
like me that gets my coworker's ID and shows up at a tattoo
I
shop.
would hope that Layla or Zoe, you would know better.
Yeah, why does it have to be one or the other? Why does it have to be you say no, and then if not, they just gonna rebel?
Yeah.
Because that happens. It happens.
It happens.
Like kids
but
rebel.
My hope and prayer.
The first
is
thing
that
I did
they
when I
would
went to
know.
college is get my tongue pierced.
Yeah. Wow.
Because I wasn't allowed to do anything.
Well,
My parents were
clearly
so
you were that
like,
one.
But
Tattoos
see,
on
that's the
tongue
thing.
piercing.
I'm not. I don't think I'm that
rebellious.
rigid.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
that rigid. And I always give my kids like the reason why I say no.
Yeah.
So I think they would respect it, and then I also give them what to look forward to. Like, all right, how about we wait when you turn 18? If you still want this, we're going together.
I hated the tattoo I
Yeah,
got.
I like it. I like that idea.
I
think
regret
there's
that
something
tattoo,
there.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
If your kids, maybe if you have a good relationship with your kids and you feel like they listen to you in other ways, then perhaps, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
We'll check in 10 years.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
We're taking notes.
I know. I have 5.
Wait,
5 years.
Oh, I thought you were saying you had 5
I was
kids.
like,
I was
no.
like, I did not
I was
read
feeling like
that.
our other
No.
conversation. I'm like,
I have
where are the
5
other 2
years,
kids?
guys. Jesus. We got one more question, right?
Yes, one more. Do you feel like we actually have the power to change the way motherhood is viewed around the world? Or in the U.S.? Let's do
Yeah,
this.
yes, of course. Of
Absolutely.
course.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. I mean, I think we have the power to change a lot of things, you know, as women, as Black women, as leaders, as thinkers. I mean, we have the power to change a lot, not just the way motherhood is viewed, but the way we are viewed as a people.
Women.
and
Yeah,
as women.
absolutely.
So why do you think a lot hasn't changed? So I feel like my favorite things to do is to say like the feminism movement happened. And so everybody got jobs and then we still have to do all the woman stuff.
Well, listen, I mean, I think it takes generations for thought processes of people to change because it can't just be Black people; it has to be all people.
Yeah.
And so, for you to integrate a different thought process into all people, it takes time.
Yeah.
You know,
So
but
we can
do
be
I,
a catalyst.
But do I see a cat? Do I see change?
Yeah.
Yes. Do I see a difference between my grandmother's era and our era? 1,000%.
Yeah.
Do I see it between even my mom and what she thought her limitations were as opposed to what I think mine are? Yes, 1,000%.
I
So
agree.
I see the change. And do I see how my daughters think?
Yeah.
As opposed to how I even think. There's a big change.
Yeah.
There's no limitations on them. The sky, I mean, is literally the limit for them.
Yeah. That's
So,
very true.
you know, the world is social media. The internet has opened up all new possibilities to what they can achieve. And it's just different now.
Speaking of achieving things, how have you found yourself like, have you ever found yourself pushing aside your passions for motherhood?
Yeah, I did in the very beginning of motherhood. It was a lesson I think I had to learn early on. When I first had my oldest, I I think I leaned all in on motherhood. It was the only thing that I cared about. It was the only thing that I was focused on. I paused on everything else. And before that, I was traveling like 3-4 times a week. I was like on a straight grind, a hustle. I was, I was doing so many different things. And when I miscarried before I had my healthy daughter. And so I think that shifted something in me. So by the time I got my child, my firstborn, I was all in. I was like, nope. Nothing else mattered. Everything, my time is important. I'm going to focus in on her.
Okay.
And so it did. I had to learn that lesson though. And so it took me about, I want to say almost like 2 years.
Wow.
That I was all in on her. And then it took friends to be like, yo, Lizzy, where you at? Like, what's going on? Like, you're not shaving. You on some old, like.
Oh, you was on the, like.
I went on some old, like, I am like Earth Mother.
Oh,
you
were like a crunchy mom.
I was just like in my stuff. I don't know if I can curse, but I was in that zone and I needed that for that time period of my life. And once that was over, it was like, all right, my kids are good. I love them and I can still be functioning and all the things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think 2 things. One, it's important for the fact that you like leaned into it. Like you leaned into that season. You were like, you know what? All these things are going to be here. Because look at you now. You know what I'm saying? Like all those things are still going to be here. My kids need me. I want to lean in and I'm going to do that. But then the importance of a community. Because your community was like, okay, girl, we see you.
That's right.
Great. You're a good mom. All right. Now let's shave.
That's right.
Let's do your hair.
Let's get it together.
Yeah.
She dropped the maintenance.
Yeah.
I did. I was just like, I just didn't, it wasn't important. It just, at that moment, it wasn't important. Other things mattered more.
Yeah.
And I was just in this whole, like, you know what? I love her. This is what we're doing. What's best for her? Oh, we're eating avocados today. I'm cooking everything. We're steaming this. And no, breast milk. We're breastfeeding. It was all of that. And I leaned so far in that I think I lost a little bit of me. As much as I was enjoying it, I lost a little bit of me. And I had to find me again. And so that took a second.
Do you think you would have been like that if you hadn't miscarried? Like,
no.
Yeah.
I can't see myself necessarily being like that if I hadn't, but I treasured it so much.
Yeah.
And it was like, I wanted this phase so much. And so in that process, that's just kind of how it played out.
Like a guilt response?
That's what I was going to ask. Because I miscarried my first child, but I remember when I found out I was pregnant, it was right after getting married, and I was like, didn't really want to be pregnant. My birth control failed because I took antibiotics. And so I was like eating away. I'm like, whatever, you can do whatever. And then I miscarried. It had nothing to do with that.
Right.
But I found out a little bit later. But I felt so guilty. And I was like, man, I didn't appreciate it. I wasn't happy. So then it's like the next time it's like you overcompensate for that.
Yeah, I don't know if it was guilt.
Okay.
I don't know if it was guilt. But I remember when I miscarried, I called my grandmother and I was like, devastated. I was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know, blah, blah. And I remember she said to me, Lizzy, things happen. You're healthy. You're strong. You come from good stock. I
love
forget that. You come from good
you gonna have a
stock.
baby.
Yes.
You are going to go on to have many healthy babies. And for some reason, I think it's just the grandparent or whatever it is, I believed her.
Yeah.
And so that was it. And I said, okay. And I moved
You moved
forward.
forward.
And so I don't know if it was guilt, but I think it was just what I needed. It was what my soul needed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
You went all in. And so now you were like, okay, it's Lizzy time.
That's right.
And Lizzy has
Done
been
the
doing
things.
the thing.
Look, so by the time the second and third baby came around, I was like, y'all rolling with.
Yes.
Let's figure this out.
Yes.
y'all in this moment now.
Yes. And how do you do that? Like, how is Lizzy going after her wildest dreams amongst motherhood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that motherhood has enhanced who I am so much.
I love that.
It has not stopped me. It really has brought out qualities in me that I didn't even know existed before motherhood. And I think that's the best I can say. It just because of it, I know isn't an option. My time is important. There's nothing to hold me back. There's reasons to push me forward. And they are that. And so there is no like, it's just like, let's figure it out. Let's do it. Like, what's the issue? All right, now let's solve that. All right, cool. That's solved. Now we're going. And it's just, you keep doing that and you keep with that mind frame. And if you keep with that mind frame over and over and over again, then now your routine is that. Your routine is not to second guess and to doubt yourself and to say, oh no, okay, well, I'm just gonna be here for a second. Okay, well, I'm just gonna chill over here. Okay, well, never mind. Your routine now becomes, okay, now what? And so if that's your mindset, that's what you are now training yourself to do. And
Come on with
like
the motivation.
So when your like friends shook you out and got you to shave or what have you, did you already have that
keep bringing that
We
up?
got to bring. We got to.
She's like my husband.
We're gonna do that.
We're gonna let nothing go.
Every
Just
time
like,
we talk.
Look, now
Every time we talk.
She's gonna be texting me like, girl, did you shave today? Okay, I'm just checking in on a friend. So I got your back, girl.
Yes.
So when they like got you together, like you have that mindset now, but is that the mindset that got you going, or like what got you from? Because our friends have told us stuff, and we sometimes stay
They told
where
you to
we
shave
are.
too?
No, I got laser a long time ago.
She's like, I don't do that.
Ain't nothing left.
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you like get from there, like actually get to that mindset?
You know, I think that I had to rethink how I wanted to use my time. So yes, girlfriends come in and they're like, yo, like, what's up? Like, what's happening? Like, let's figure this out. And it took that. And I was like, oh, you know what? You're absolutely right. Like, let's go do something. And let's just do something, just me and my friends. And, you know, let's leave the baby here with husband and family or whatever. And let's, you know, so it's that. First it becomes like, all right, let's figure out what steps that we lost, right?
Yeah,
like, where is that? So first I figured out that.
Okay.
And then from there, it's like, all right, now what does this new world look like? Because this is a new world for you, right? Like motherhood, this journey, no two journeys are the same.
No.
Not even as a mother, no two children are the same. So it's like, okay, now so what does this look like? Because life with baby is different. So now we're figuring that out. And then I had to figure out what work looked like for me and what I wanted it to be. And then that was the journey, right? And so once I figured out that, and I figured out the site and figured out that I wanted to be a voice, and I figured out there was a void because everywhere me and my husband went, you know, there was like, we were the pink elephant in the room with this baby. And no one, you know, at the time, it wasn't cool yet to be a mother, you know? So it was like this whole time. And then we were also a Black family. And so, you know, my husband is a model, and so he's, you know, very handsome. And, you know, we'd walk in this room and we'd be, and people would just be like, who, what the hell?
Like,
y'all are married? And I'm like, yes, we're married and we're happy. And there's, you know, so it was like that. And so then it became, okay, why are we an elephant in the room? And why is the Huxtables the only family that's shown as Black love? And so then we started to move through that. And I was like, okay. So I started the site, and then, you know, and then from there,
ask,
things
is that how
go
Cool
on.
Mom started?
Yeah, and that's how it came about.
That.
Right.
Wow. What would you say to someone, like you talked about looking for the missteps or, you know, the missing pieces. What is the first step for a mom who's like, okay, no, I'm right where you were, Lizzy. I literally, you know, poured my all into my children. But I do feel like it's time for me to take the first step. Like, what would you say to that mother that is ready?
I think the first thing you have to do is, and I know this is so cliche, and I hate to be the person to also reiterate it, you have to find what your passion is. And I think it's the hardest thing to tell someone because it's almost like, you know, it's like an athlete, right? Like they know they love football or they know they love basketball. It's like my husband used to play football. He's like, yeah, I just always have loved football. Like I don't know, that's my passion. I've always loved sports. And so for me, I don't know, like you have to figure out what that passion is. What brings you the most joy when you're doing it? And for me, it was cooking brought me joy. You know, right? I love it. It's just like I just felt like it was like I was in a zone whenever I did it. And I love speaking. Yes, exactly. A moment, right?
A moment.
Not every night,
in the
though.
kitchen.
Not every night. Not every
Sometimes
night.
you gotta cook and
Well,
go.
it's not when it becomes like a job. Like, you know,
it's
like,
hard as a job.
Yes.
But so I think it was that. And it was finding what brought me joy. What are the moments that I really started to feel like, oh, I'm happy when I'm doing this? And I think it's that. And so finding your passion is very hard, but I think you start by just saying, okay, when do I smile the most? When do I feel that little like, oh, this feels good the most?
And I think too, not being afraid to try the thing and
That's,
like not like it or fail at it. Because I think we all, because we want so hard and so we just want to do right in all the things that we're like, well, what if this goes completely wrong? Or, you know, what if I tell my friends and family that I'm getting ready to start this new venture and then it goes south?
That's
then
right.
what? You know what I'm saying?
Can't tell anybody your goals.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
I know that's hard. But you know, also it was for me saying yes.
Yeah.
So I would start to say yes. People would ask me things, and I was like, "Yes, I'll go. Yes, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll collaborate on that.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll do this." And it's like I started just slowly to say yes instead of saying no, and that opened up things as well.
Is
Well,
that
we
how
thank you
ended
for
up?
your yes here.
That's right.
Because wow.
You just never know.
Is that how you ended up going into business with a friend? Because, you know, some people are like, don't go into business
I know.
with your friends.
Now that journey was an interesting one. Jess, right?
Yes.
So Jess and I we were friends. We met through our kids.
Oh.
And so we met in preschool with our children, and they were friends. And so we became friends. And, you know, we started we knew we were on a similar wavelength. We knew that we had similar ethos.
Okay.
We both, you know, champion women, champion mothers. Like that was big for us. And so we knew we wanted to do something. We just never quite could figure it out. And then COVID hit.
Oh.
And then COVID hit. We were both busy, you know, doing our things, yada, yada, yada. And we just didn't have time.
Yeah.
We were just like, we don't have time to figure this out.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And so when COVID hit, we immediately put up together like a little shack kind of, you know, content house.
Yeah.
We started shooting a lot of different types of content.
Yeah.
One of them being renovations and like
Yeah.
home things and stuff like that. And then we were like, yo, let's see how we can make this something bigger and
Make it shake.
Yeah, make it shake.
Yeah.
And
It shook.
And it shook. It shook. It shook.
Love it.
There you go. It
Yeah.
shook. So
That's
we're
so
happy
cool.
about that.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you are like unapologetically proud of in your life? Like business-wise, mother-wise, like you don't care what it affects, but you're like,
I think I'm just unapologetically proud of the skin I'm in now. You know, it took me a while to get here. Although I feel like I've always been a confident person on the inside, like I've always appreciated who I was, and I never compared myself or ran with people for just because.
Yeah.
My mom raised a confident woman,
Yeah.
and I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
And so the journey that I've had to get to where I am right now has been a long one, but I'm proud and unapologetically proud of who I am and where I stand today. And can't nobody shake that.
and how did you get to the proud? I say because it was instilled in you as a child, but it's like
it's
blooming out.
It's instilled as a child, yes. Like I come from strong stock. Like my mother was strong.
Good stock.
You know what I mean? And my grandmother was strong. But you know, there's a journey that you have to take to get to where you are. And I think I am now coming into the realization that I'm okay with my journey.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas, you know, if there was other moments of life that I would feel, was this the right step? Was this the right move? Should I have stayed there? Should I have done this instead? You know, that kind of thing.
Right.
Now I'm in a phase where, look, everything has led me to this moment.
Yeah.
And this moment is exactly where I'm supposed to be.
You're like, even if I get it wrong, it's gonna get
Yeah, it's
like,
gonna get
There's,
me.
yeah. And that's
somewhere.
the beauty in it. There is no wrongs.
I
The
love
wrongs are all
that.
Yeah.
lessons, right?
Yep.
So there is no wrongs.
Yep.
Like you make the best choice you can at the
That's
time
true.
you make
That
it.
is-
That's
yeah.
And then
It's a
from
fact.
there, you just keep moving forward.
makes sense.
Yeah.
What do you think moms actually need to hear?
Moms actually need to hear. This is a good one. I think moms actually need to hear that they are loved.
No.
They are loved, they are valued, they are important. I mean, if you really think about it, and I think that this hit me like a lightning bolt when I had kids. Without mothers, where are we all?
Right.
Like, we are critical,
Yes.
crucial
Literally.
Yes.
beings
All
Yes.
of you
of
guys exist.
society.
Yes.
Like we are creators, you know, and
Yeah.
God has given us that free, that right and that gift.
Yes.
You know, and so for us, I just feel like moms actually need to hear that, you know, you are the rock of it all. And it doesn't mean that you always have to be strong. It doesn't mean that you can't break down and be vulnerable and be sensitive. It does
Yeah.
not mean that. It just means that you are so important and you are such a gift. And because of that, walk in your light always.
Wow.
Man.
I mean, that's the way to go.
Yes.
Good
You were like
gracious.
positive. You could
Look,
like,
I'm like-
you could like Photoshop lights just like a beaming light
I
around
don't
you.
play, because you know why? You have to walk in light. I mean,
Yeah.
you really do.
Yeah.
There's so much in this world that can bring you down, and
Yeah.
there's so many people who want to take that light from you.
do.
And if you don't surround yourself with them, you block them out, you don't manifest them into your world. And I don't manifest any of it into my world.
Yeah.
And so if you see me, I'm gonna instantly love you until you tell me that I shouldn't. Until you prove me otherwise,
Yeah.
you'll see nothing but love from me. And that's just how I like to live.
Yeah.
You know, I treat everyone like that. And
Yeah.
I think there's something to it. You just have to walk in light, because that's what you will bring to yourself. And that's what I teach my kids. And
Yeah.
I just hope it sticks.
I
It
think
will.
They
You guys come from good stock.
Well, we hope that you guys have enjoyed this. I think that really you have honestly inspired me to continue to not second guess myself.
Yes.
Because that's really what it sounds
Yeah.
like. It's just making sure that we are really like standing in our decisions,
That's right.
standing in our moment and being present in that and just being proud.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You can't get it
present
wrong.
proud.
You
Yeah.
can't get it wrong. So
There are no wrongs.
just keep going.
Yes. You guys hear that? You cannot get it wrong.
That's true.
Yes.
For all the moms out there that are literally second guessing their choices, second guessing their parenting, you know, all of the things, whether you're a good wife or not, you are that. And walk in light, and walk in love,
Hey, Mom.
and all the
What's
things.
up?
I love it.
Hey, Mom. What's up? 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 Hey, Mom. What's up?